Good morning, everybody. This is CoinsKid. Hope you've had a good weekend. As you can see, getting into the Chainlink chart right now, and we're still in this channel right here that we've been talking about for the past few weeks. The markets took a bit of a dump over the night. Bitcoin lost a bit of its power. There was a big sell-off by the whales, and hence the dump. But as you can see, I think I made my video round about here yesterday saying that we're probably topped out just here at this point. On Chainlink inside this channel, which is positive for Chainlink. It's came up, it's tested the top of this channel as resistance, and it will probably potentially bounce back down, and we would find this level right here as support. I think I said 32. I think that's a little bit higher than what I said actually. I think I said it was like 32.09 or something like that. So it was very close anyway. It did. You can see just there on the 4-hourly chart, that it did come down. It wicked down and just above it tested it as support, and then it was bouncing again. But obviously in the night, Bitcoin dumped and the whole market followed. So you can see we had a right scam wick right down to the bottom of the channel there. Look at that, almost spot on that is, right down to the bottom of the channel, which is good. It's good because basically what we did, we wicked down, found rock solid support. So we should realistically mark that now as rock solid support for Link. That might be the local bottom moving forward in this bull market. You might potentially not see Chainlink go any lower than 27.49, so we're going to mark that as an absolute bottom right there, in my opinion, going forward, providing we have no more dumps. The market just flows nicely now. As you can see, we've had dumps before. In January we had this big sell-off there, but we remained inside this channel. As long as we can remain inside this channel and not break down and break out of it, hit it and lose it and then go down, we're in a bull market. So it's just a continuation trend for Chainlink right here, guys. So in the meantime, what you can do until we actually break out of this channel upwards, in my opinion, that we probably will do eventually, which will lead to a massive alt season like we discussed yesterday in yesterday's video about the market dominance for Bitcoin and that. So if you'd watched yesterday's video, you would know what I'm talking about. So basically, Link could just be doing something like this for the next few days, just testing the support and resistance inside this channel, but gradually, progressively, just going up, which would be great. That's what we all want, guys. So again, just looking at the charts, you can see that it had a bit of a scrap there as support, and it bounced off, and it was looking good. But then obviously Bitcoin dumped, and then we came back down. And we were tanking, and obviously we wicked down to this support level right here inside this channel, and we found support here. So at the minute, this is the local support for Chainlink right here. So we'll mark this up. So at the moment, you can see this particular area here. We'll mark that as well, just there for you guys. So this particular area, 29.87. You can see we've wicked down there, and that is a very bullish wick. This green wick with the green wick down, that's a bullish wick. That's where the bulls took over, you see. So that potentially is the local bottom right now of this move. So you should see, theoretically, if you was trading this, you could see a nice bounce off this support here, retest, and just keep going up and just something like that over the next coming days for Chainlink. So it's all positive, guys. And like I says, buy the dips. If you was into your trading, your swing trading as such, you could potentially be buying down here on these bottoms, selling up here on these tops, buying down there, because you can see right now that Link is scrapping between the previous all-time high as resistance and this local bottom as support. So you might get a bit of a range over the next coming days, a little bit of scrapping going on like this until it breaks out again, providing it doesn't break down. But if it does break down, then you're looking at the bottom of this channel, which we've marked right here as 27.47 as support. But obviously over the next few days, this will actually creep up inside this rising channel right here. You see like that, yeah? So this will eventually creep up, so I'll keep you notified of that. But yeah, it's all good, guys, for Chainlink. It's all good. Very positive moving forward. The dumps are not as much as they used to be, which is another positive thing for Chainlink. You can see that this particular dump here, we lost 18% on Chainlink, but it's bounced right back. So there's a lot of buying pressure. Nice buying volume stepped in as well. So again, like you can look at the previous dumps on Chainlink, you can see that it dumped down, came back up, tested the previous highs resistance, and then traded in that range for a little bit, testing the bottom of the channel, and then broke out eventually. So you could be looking at some very similar in structure over the next few days for Chainlink, where it tests within this range, gets to the bottom of this channel, and then breaks up. So you're looking at about the 20th of February, which is, you know, 4 or 5 days away. So it's not long at all. So again, you could be, if we ghost that, so potentially looking at, you know, something like this for Chainlink. Could potentially just trade like this, similar pattern to what we've seen there when we had a breakdown, and we just extend that channel right there. So, you know, that could be what we're looking at for Chainlink over the next few days. A trading range that could work out very similar to this, go up, test the resistance again, and just trade and range within this channel. So it's good. That's something to keep an eye on, guys. Chainlink. Just going to take a look at Bitcoin right now. So if you can remember, guys, what we're looking for is a cup and handle, something like this. Cup, there's the handle, and then we had our breakout to the upside, and we measure down from there up there to the breakout, which would give us our target point of 53k. So you can see that we're trying to get there, but what this looks like here, looks like a rising wedge. You can see this formation here, this pattern, the rising wedge. And what we did, we broke out of the rising wedge, because a rising wedge does tend to be quite bearish. You can see we've actually come back into the rising wedge right now. So, you know, we went this pattern right here like this. Okay, so we might come back into the rising wedge like that, and it'll be invalidated that it's bearish. But the target of a rising wedge is right down there to the original touch of the bottom of the wedge. If it was to break down bearish from out of the rising wedge, then the target is right down here, and we'll mark that up just to keep an eye for future reference. So it's a breakdown out of the rising wedge down to 43k. So that's a potential play, but as you can see, we did break out the rising wedge. We wicked down, but we've actually come back up, and we're back into the rising wedge. So, you know, it's an invalidated move, bearish invalidated moves. So we could be looking at a potential play like this now, where the market's actually reversed. Everyone thought we were bearish, but we've actually reversed, and we're looking like we might break up out of this rising wedge. But this is a possibility, guys, to keep an eye on. Just keep an eye on this rising wedge right here. Here's your levels of support there in the rising wedge. You know, we've had numerous touches just there, and there's your levels of resistance. Not all rising wedges are bearish. You know, sometimes they do break up to the upside, and don't forget, this is a bull market, and there's a lot of buying pressure for Bitcoin. I mean, look at this dip. Look at this dip here. It just got bought up straight away. You know, so in a minute, it's looking good because Bitcoin's come back up. It's trading back in the rising wedge. You can see it's trading nicely. It's picking up. So the question is not to fall out of this wedge at any point, because if we was to fall out and stay out, we are looking at a dump and a target down to 43,700, which is the point of the bottom of the rising wedge there. So again, then all this move would just be reset and invalidated, and we'd have to go again with a different trend. So that's Bitcoin, guys. Just a simple little bit of TA on Bitcoin. Just going to take a look at 1 inch right now. So these are the new levels of support right here. But what you could say right here, right now, in 1 inch, there is a potential play going on here for 1 inch. And I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but I've seen a very, very similar pattern with RSR. So with RSR, I'll show you in a minute, but we had something that was called a triple bottom. So we had one bottom, we've had one bottom just there, one bottom just there, and one bottom just there. And a triple bottom is a very bullish pattern. It's just a retest and a continuation pattern of the trend. So effectively, from this point right now, if we don't break back down to this, you know, the triple bottom will be invalidated. But we could potentially just see something like this now, break out of this flag again and test it with substance, and then go to new all-time highs, just like we did on RSR. Then the whole move will be validated. It will just be one big long bull flag. So I'll just show you RSR. I mean, look at this. This is like a triple bottom as well. Like I said to you guys, it came up in the move, the bull flag, traded within this range, 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottom, and then it was off. I did say to you down here, this was a local bottom in RSR, and look, it broke out of this bull flag, came back down, tested its support, and traded all the way up, and it did actually meet our target of .73. The .073, look, right on our target just there. You see that, guys? So that was a brilliant trade for those that followed, but obviously it's dumped back down with the Bitcoin dumping. But right now you can see that it's actually testing this support right here, bounced off that support. See that? So that is rock solid support now at 4.04956. So what we could be looking at right now is a potential duplication play on 1 inch, as we had with RSR, where we've come up into the channel there, we've traded within the range of this bull flag, we've tested it 3 times, the bottom, you see, bottom, the very local bottom. We broke out, broke up, traded, ranged, broke out at the top of the bull flag, and then smashed it and actually met our target. We went right up to our target. Obviously Bitcoin's not behaved, so we've dumped back down. But now RSR is finding this level right here as solid support. You can see how solid that is. Really good support. It may come back down and test it again, just to clarify. But right now you could be looking at a range like this for RSR, where it just trades within this range here at the moment, like that, before it makes its mind up. And again, that could just be forming, if you look, could just be forming another bull flag. One big giant bull flag. And then this move here would be the pole. So this entire move from there to there would be the pole. And then we would be looking at a continuation on the point of the breakout up to almost 11 cents towards the end of the month. So we could potentially be looking like something like this over the coming days, weeks. The RSR, where we just range within this channel right here, keep testing this level here as support, bouncing off this as resistance, this previous all-time high, right up there now, that is at .0769, until we can break out with substance and test our new target, which is all the way up at 11 cents. There's this entire move here, just like this move here, you see? We broke out of this move, eventually, as the range narrowed. You see that range narrowing there? We broke out and we met our target, which was the .73. Bang on it was, absolutely bang on. So I'm going to take a look at Ethereum right now. And if you remember in our previous video, we said that this was potentially, so we did say that potentially it was a rising wedge. And as you can see, it has actually validated it as a bearish rising wedge. And right now, our target would be right here. So we could still expect to see Ethereum dump down to these levels right here. So just looking at Ethereum on the 4 hourly then, guys, you can see that we're trading in this channel right here, just like we are with Chainlink. And you can see we've had multiple touches at the top of the channel, which has acted as resistance. You see every time we test it, we get rejected. But you can see we've only had a few touches of the bottom of the channel. You know, down here where it broke down, and just there's probably a touch, potentially. But you can see that it's well within this channel trading up, and we're being supported by the EMA. We've just dipped down, we've just gone below the EMA right now. You can see where the green line is, that's the price. And you can see we dipped down, came back up. So it's still super bullish, guys, but you know, one thing to keep an eye on is we could still break all the way down to this level here and still be bullish. You know, all the way down to 14.94 and still be bullish, just like we were here. Going up, come back down, tested it, going up, come back down, tested it. So even if we was to break down to this particular level right here for Ethereum, it would still be bullish and we would still be in an uptrend. You can see that it's actually getting a little bit extended just up here. It probably needs a healthy retest of this level, continuation. So whilst you could say that potentially the move coming is that Ethereum could break down and most alts break down and retest the bottom of this channel in this bullish move, in this bull market, and Bitcoin goes up, regains some dominance, tests previous all-time high, breaks out of that, Bitcoin trends up, slows down. In the meantime, alts and Ethereum look like they're crashing, but they're actually not. They're just testing these support levels and this continuation trend. And then Bitcoin cools down again, just like it has done, and alts catch up and fly. And then Ethereum would just do something like this, where it comes back up, tests it, and goes in this range again. So again, guys, as long as we stay within this channel right here, trading up, we don't lose this support, which is right down here. And obviously as the days go by, this channel moves up and up and up and up and up. So again, this is extremely healthy, guys, extremely bullish for Ethereum. Just retesting all these levels of support right now. Yeah, it's just continuation, guys. It's all good. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep buying those dips, and give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.